She's a little shy because we all know the controversy surrounding this platform. And hear me out. My reviews are objective and subjective, obviously, because I'm going to be reviewing and I'll let you know my opinion. But objectivity, because I'm coming from a standpoint of I don't care about the politics. I don't care about the controversy, all that stuff. Let's see how it works. Let's see how it shoots. And then also, too, I wouldn't have posted it if it had given me problems that would not have been able to air on YouTube, let's just say. So that's a good thing, right? I'm here with it. Okay. So now that that's out of the way, I have to give a couple of disclaimers. First, I do mention in the very beginning about something that I call, I don't call it, but I looked it up and I did some more research on it. Colloquial entropy. And that's the entropy of, let's say, a civilization, a rural area as opposed to a city area or a low population area with a mass population area. You're going to have an error rate with that, let's just say a device that you use, and that error rate will be scaled from the rural area to the city area, and it'll be lesser or greater given the circumstance, right? Let's hypothetically say a device that has a 1 in 10,000 chance to malfunction. Well, of course, you're going to have a 0.0 some chance of it not happening in the rural area because it's less populous dense environment, as opposed to a city is going to be greatly increased, obviously, because you have more people using that device. Now, I'm excluding firearms out of this. I'm excluding everything. I'm just talking about in general, right? So that colloquial entropy increases the amount of randomness, chaos, and factors that contribute to undesirable, I guess you'd say, characteristics. So that's what I'm mentioning. I'm no expert. I'm not somebody who professes that this is going to happen. It's just statistics, right? It's based on physics, because entropy is a physics mechanism that's dealing with the second law of thermodynamics, that energy is not created nor destroyed. But that's a whole nother separate topic, which I'm interested in. I like that stuff. But in terms of what we're talking about and what I mentioned in the very beginning of that entropy with colloquialism in society, is that the greater number of people you have, the more percentage errors that you'll come across. Now, again, we're speaking not of the firearm itself and the company and what it's done and everything, just mentioning that if you have a far greater number of people that are purchasing a device, you're going to have far greater number of people that are commenting, having errors, making up stories, also jumping on the bandwagon, having all this entropy take place that will skew and distort, also be true, but at the same time, there'll be a lot of discrepancies. So that being the case, again, I'm trying to come at this from my objective and subjective standpoint, being that I have shot through a lot of firearms so far this year, and I want to continue to do so, as well as some platforms that may not be the most sought after, let's just say, and then also too, this is deprecated. I would say that the 320 is now a deprecated model, but I still am interested in it because I'm late to the show, I'm late to the rodeo and everything. But I'd still like to go through it, and it was cheap. It was a cheap firearm to get, and I was interested to shoot it, to go through this 1,000-round review series, and give it a whirl. So that also too matters of principle, and that's something that we'll talk about in the outro. And please watch this with an open mind. Come at it from a standpoint of safety first. We're always running safe. We're always making sure that we're doing things in a proper safety manner. Although there are some things that, we just kind of test out. And again, I wouldn't have aired it if it wasn't safe. So yes, we're always coming from that point of safety, and just please give it a shot. Give it a chance. Give me a chance. I know this is not going to be very popular. The Sig 365 X Macro Comp is one of my lowest showings of the series, but I still stand by it. I still stand by it because of the experience that I had, and we take all that stuff with a grain of salt, and you would take my word with a grain of salt as well. But please, just give it a shot. No pun intended. Give it a chance. And let me know too. Blast me in the comments for the things that I've said, and I will definitely have a professional and fair retort, because you're probably right, and I do have to make sure that what I'm saying is clear, has context, gives a lot of background, so that I'm not speaking out of turn or in error myself, which I have, and I make mistakes, and I'm human. So this is why we have this community, so we can talk about it with each other and say, hey, what did you mean by that? Or I need to clarify something here, or I don't understand what you were trying to get at in this instance. So that being said, please enjoy if you can, if you want to. If you're not, I totally understand. This isn't for everybody. I have two of these, not this one specifically, but I have a X5 DH3, which is a larger size of full size, yeah. And I shoot that as well later on, but enjoy. See you in the outro. Thank you so much. All right. This video is intended for educational and informational purposes only. All firearm handling showing is performed by trained individuals in a controlled environment. Always follow the 4 rules of gun safety. Number 1, treat your firearm as if it's loaded. Number 2, never point a firearm at anything you do not intend to destroy. Number 3, keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to shoot. Number 4, be sure of your target and what's beyond it. Comply with all local, state, and federal laws regarding firearms. Do not attempt to replicate any action seen in this video without proper training and safety measures. The creators assume no liability for misuse or unsafe practices. Welcome back, you to the pew. Here we are with the 1,000 round review series. I have a new gun today. It's about to get pretty serious. I'm excited because I have liked this firearm for, I'd say a good 6 months. I've been interested in it. Although a lot of controversy behind it. If you don't know, Satan created this weapon. I'm just kidding. No, I don't want to go into all of it with the 320. This is the M18 version of the P320 by Sig Sauer. But a lot of controversy of people saying stuff, and also things happening, first-hand accounts of things happening. And what I will say is, on a big enough scale, stuff is going to happen. Now, whether that is, I'm sorry, I'll fix that in post. Grapes and or robberies, all of the things combined, you have a population of 50 people. Chances are the crimes and things happening are very slim. The bigger the spectrum is and the longer things go on, also the number of people that there are, stuff is bound to happen. So you have to take that into account when people say a lot of stuff about a gun, and I'm speaking about this scenario in particular because of what had taken place, and because it's such a hot topic, hot button topic too. There's a lot of truth and a lot of hearsay. And what I do here on this channel is that review series of objectivity. I hear all the noise, I hear all the things that go on, and I'm gonna have my own experience, and I'm gonna take it with everything else with a grain of salt. And then I'm also going to recommend caution when it comes to those things, just because of what has happened. And we all have to be aware and navigate the best we can through our lives with not only these firearms, but everything else. I know that's kind of philosophical, but that's what you get when you come here. I'm excited to go through it, to take it through its paces, and it was used. I got it for like $500. We're going to be shooting target and range ammo incorporated 115 grain full metal jacket at a range of 12 and 20 yards. What I'm going to do is, because there was that controversy of it going off as it's holstered, I will test out holstering it, but I also will not chamber around while it's holstered. Just for posterity, and I'll do both. And I'll be sure to keep my junk away from any negligent discharges that may occur. So, and if I don't air this and I cut it, then you know what happened. I'm using Tier 1 concealed holster and magazine pouch to holster, because it's a little bit wider, and also because the firearm has the gas pedal for the takedown lever, which I like, the proprietary one. And so this gun fits a little bit better in this wider holster than others. So give me a second to put this on. I think I put it on just one other time, so may be a second. Yeah. Okay. I have 10 round magazines here with a couple of them that have bigger base plates, just to stick out further. But yes, they are 10 rounds. Thank you so much for being here, and I'm excited to see what this gun will do. Not that way. I'm excited to see how it will do in terms of the firing, accuracy, etc. Okay, well, I'm gonna holster it. The print's pretty good. There's no real print. So, okay. Yeah, static shooting from 12 to 20, just to get the characteristics, nuances, the eccentricities, and slide, reciprocation, recoil, sight, picture, target acquisition, grip angle, trigger pull, all those things. That's what I do on this channel for these review series. Let's give it a shot. Oh man, that gas pedal is money. My accuracy was terrible on that one, but damn. That feels really, really nice. Really, really nice. I mean to tell you. Wow. Let me try for the head. That's money. I mean, I'm sorry. Sig did a good job with that pistol, aside from all the bull crap that's behind it, but let's go over the ergonomics really quick, like I do with most firearms in the very beginning. So The grip it's bolstered a little bit so you can get a better grip. I wish it had a little bit more texture, just like the 365X Macro. I like that it has a safety, it's nice, but it does get in the way when you're trying to, you know, keep the slide stop up so the slide doesn't reciprocate. This didn't have, I just put this on here, sue me, I had to put it on here. The X5 DH3 that I have, the P320, that came with a gas pedal, and I can't wait to shoot that thing. That thing is awesome. No compensator, no port, but it shoots amazing. The recoil is great. It's got a Picatinny. This cutout for the hand trigger guard is great. Down below, wish it had some texture down below, but it doesn't. It's okay. It's got the texture all the way around, which feels nice, and it's easy to grip onto because also too is it's big. Yeah, that's awesome. Grip texture, I'm sorry, the slide texture here is nice, so if you grip onto. Same thing with the back. I think it can have pretty sure it can have an optic. The trigger, a lot of people don't like the trigger, how it's curved, and the guest shooter, I'll probably have him test it out. He didn't like his because he's got it on 365 SAS. But I like it. I like it. I like how responsive it is, and then reset's pretty close. And the wall, so it's got 3 positions: wall, which is very nice right there, and then break. So it's good. Okay, we're going to do it for 12. That was bad. Darn. The trigger is nice though, because I can go pretty quick with it. Come on. Allegedly, I can go quick with it, but ejection pattern is nice. It's just right behind me at 5 o'clock. All right, let's do a paradiddle. For you band geeks out there that don't know what that is, it's right, left, right, right. I'm sorry. Left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right. Left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right. No, can't do that one. Darn. It's good. She's a worker. Now, whether or not she's better than the Beretta M9, A4 or M9 or whatever, is to be seen. I have a Beretta, and I am looking forward to testing that out too. Maybe I'll get the M17 and do a head-to-head between the two. I was literally about to hold back here because I'm just like, yeah, that would have broke my thumb. Or maybe not. Maybe I'm so strong that I would have just slide there. Probably not. Oops, I was trying to aim for the head. Yeah, okay. I want to hear your thoughts in the comments. Did you get rid of your 320 along with all your mags? Along with a lot of people that did that, which was probably beneficial for me. That's probably where I got this one, is somebody just wanted to get rid of it, and I got it. Where do you stand? Where are you in the Sig camp? Although I do admit Sig was a little harsh and brash and unprofessional in their responses to the community. As a company, especially as a 2A company, you would hope that they would want to cater to their audience, their clientele, their customers with more support. We already have enough enemies to begin with, outside our borders, not to mention within our borders, so you'd hope that they would handle it with more aplomb. But it is what it is. In this world, we have to accept that people will be people, and we need to try and take the higher road. As Jesus would say. He doesn't say that. I like to think that he thinks that. But anyway, this I'm looking forward to shooting 1,000 rounds through. I am very much looking forward to it. This is a great shooting firearm. I understand why it got that government contract for a time, and I know why they lost it. But yeah, let's get this pot stirred and get the conversation going. I want to hear what everybody has to say, especially with your experience shooting it. Let's just go from that point of shooting the gun. If you have a story where it has done an ND on you, then let's hear about that. But yeah, my initial impressions is one of, I can't wait to shoot it again. I need to get better. The site acquisition was good, but my accuracy was a little off because the site picture was not where I wanted it to be. Let's hear it. Please, let's start this convo. I give it a check because it shot well. Ejection pattern is beautiful, actually. It's just right here at my 5 o'clock. There's a couple of outliers, but that's nice. Okay, well, yeah, pick up that brass, wash your ass. Yeah, tell me what you think. Don't flame Sig, although I know everybody's going to have their opinion. Don't flame them too hard. They're a company that got to make a profit, and they're going to be what they're going to be, a corporation that's only its sole interest is the shareholders and profit, So knowing that, we can accept it, embrace it. Don't have to be okay with it, but that's the reality that we live in. So say hi to your mom for me. Stay with the intro. Toodles. Okay, that first 100 went by quick, and it wasn't super accurate, but it felt good. It shot well. I just need to get the sight in a little bit better. It's definitely got that cross-eye dominance skew perspective that I need to get better with. So going back to the whole conversation, I'm not going to make this super long because the video is already quite a bit lengthy and everything. So what I will say is that throughout this 1,000 round, the next 900, I'll respond to comments. I also, as many as I get, I don't anticipate it's going to be a big money maker, right? But I want to hear what everybody has to say, and we'll go from there. And I'm not going to spew out everything that I think or what I talked about and touched on in the video, this first 100 rounds, but I will throughout the next 9 episodes. So first things first, though. I know I said I would keep everything stock, but I had to switch out the takedown lever because this gas pedal is money. I love it. I mean, I knew I would like it after having seen it, but then after having felt it too on the firearm, I couldn't resist. So I don't make modifications, but this one I did. So I'm sorry. Another thing is the matter of principle that I talked about. I mentioned in the intro. A lot of people that, I would say would not have associated with Sig after the whole debacle with this, firearm and the way that they treated the community. And I agree. I understand. And that would be something back in my day, I also would have jumped on, because I can't stand when companies abuse their customer base the way that you could tell people felt a very specific way about how Sig did their thing. So while I get it, they have made several great pistols, and I still do support in terms of purchasing and getting their gear and their accessories and their firearms, Sig Sauer. So it is what it is, and what I mean is the matter of principle of people not following, like I said, accept the company for what it is, and we just have to take it on the chin sort of thing. That's not what I mean. What I'm getting at is that we understand this is the jungle, right? We understand these are the lions, we understand these are the tigers, and we are that populace that lives amongst those lions and tigers. It's a bad analogy, but you know what I'm getting at. Those that we're around, we have to understand their mannerisms, their behavior, their habitat, and then navigate the best way that we can around that habitat. However we decide to do that. Everybody's different. I decide to be in it, right? I decide to be in it and around it, and kind of look at it from a lens of a holistic wholeness. I don't know, just overall looking at it from that objective standpoint, but still having my opinion about it without prejudice, I suppose you'd say. Although, yeah, if it happened to me, right, there could be some outliers where someone could have a story where their loved one was killed, or it discharged, and it wound up them being ended. Then I'll have to fix that in post. I can't say that word. I'm pretty sure. Oh, I had to fix that too. A couple of the words in there. I had to use grape, right? We all know what grape means in YouTube terms, and I had changed those words because I can't say that stuff. So I'll have to change that other word to life no more. I would feel very passionate about Sig if they were discounting the life of others, especially my loved ones. So I'm not taking it away from anybody. If you're matter of principle, you decided not to associate with Sig, and maybe you even look down on people that still shoot it, and maybe even me, right? But I accept that too. I understand humans and our emotions. They run hot, and I'm also part of that. I am a human. So it is understandable. But I'd like to know, what is your principle? If something was handled that way, how would you have reacted, and how did you react when this came out about Sig? Do you feel that passionate about it? Are you that fiery about that sort of thing? And there's no right or wrong answer. I'd like to know. I think that it's interesting to hear where we all stand, and to understand why we got to that place. So in any case, I won't make this long. That's all for right now. We'll keep going with this conversation. It is a very big topic, and I'm glad I'm doing it too, because it's more engaging this way, so that we can we can have that discourse, and then also agree or disagree. So thank you so much for being here, everybody. I really do appreciate it. This was a little bit longer, and I think this series with the Sig P320-M18 will be a little bit longer too, in terms of the things that I say, the things that I feel, and what I try to get across through all of my firearms and all of these experiences in this journey with us together, you and me. All right, like, subscribe, comment, recommend, all that jazz. Not in that particular order. Thank you again so much for being here. You are awesome, folks. Love you a long time. See you at round 200. 照顾好自己，注意安全。